Hey guys, this is Andromica. It's been quite a while since I've last posted. Um, I've been sick these past few weeks, and I just now got better. I'm just gonna be going through some of my notes that I've been taking throughout these past few days or weeks. So, if I sound sick, then yeah, that's why. Um, Let me get it pulled up here. I'm recording this from my phone. Let's see. Okay, so, I'm sure you've all seen from the, sorry, I'm still looking. So, I'll have everything posted on, maybe Mega. I did hear that Most Your Dad no longer works through, Most Nation, so I might just be posting on Mega, or maybe that's just the YouTube post. Anyways, let's get started. So, I'm just going to be going over it. I'll just give a summary of most of it. So, from the 9th, they told me that they wanted to steal a document from the hospital. So, they were meant to send me something, but they eventually changed their mind by the 10th. And, Amy told me that they've changed their mind, and instead me and a few other people are going to ask around in the cities to see if anyone knows Oscar or Percy, their full long name. And by the 11th, it's just a list of cities that that we'll be going to. I don't know. 12th of February, just walked over to the park and they were there. A few members of Kodak, I guess. And they use soul energy too, so they've decided to use my apartment as a base of operation or whatnot. Then Jaden opened up a portal to here, to my apartment, and basically now we're just going to be looking through all of these. Jaden's going to be, or well, this has already happened, but Jaden helped me and like 6 other people get around in the get around in the country, and Jacob followed me around to make sure that I didn't get in trouble or something. They were a little bit superstitious, but it's fine. So Percy had a previous name before he was actually named Percy. It was Justin Mays. So we're basically asking around for either Percy House or Justin Mays. And of course also asking around for Oscar, but that's about it. on the first day of looking for him, me and Jacob went to Tincanta to... Sorry. Me and Jacob went to Tincanta to check a coffee shop, like a large neighborhood, and about 3, I'm pretty sure it was actually 5, complexes. And we could only find one person who knew his... And we only found one person who actually knew Percy's long last name as Justin, and that was Mazintrevs. And Oscar's last name is also Mavis, so that means that Oscar's last name is also Mazintrevs. Blair and Amy found... Blair and Amy found a person who knew his long last name as Percy, and that's Himmels, but we already knew that from Blair because her last name is also House. And then I let all of them sleep in my apartment. I slept in the living room. So, on the next day, the Dimension gave me some food. This is just a bit weird to be talking about. Anyways. And then they eventually came back to the apartment, and when we were ready, me and Jacob went out to La Porra and checked more apartments and just asked people around. And I eventually found someone who knew Oscar, but they said that he died, but not really. Or well, they said that he died, but Jacob told me that that was true, but he came back to life or something. I don't know. This is all weird. I mean, if they are lying to me, then, well, I wouldn't really be surprised. I mean, I did only know Oscar over the internet, but they seem to know him, so this may just be... So he may as well be real. Okay, let's see here. They told me not to. Throughout La Porra, we couldn't find anything useful, so we just went back to my apartment. Vay and Alex decided to research long names that would shorten down to Percy, Oscar, or any other name. And by the 14th, again, they gave me more food to eat so we can get ready. And then we just waited around until Amy got ready. After that, we eventually traveled down to Mauro. Mauro is the home city of the entirety of the Vitriac family, which is, well, Oscar, David, Percy, and Amy. We looked through old newspapers, talked to over 200 people, and we actually did find an old locket of some kind that just had the word key scratched into it, and there was a code. There was a code that was, I think, hexadecimal, and there was another one on the back which was a Caesar cipher, and I'll get into that eventually. But once we brought it over, we had the robot Percy. If you guys don't know, the Percy that they had was a robot, and always has been a robot. And they just didn't notice because of his programming not allowing him to use words that alluded to him being a robot. And his appearance was so lifelike. It looked like he genuinely had fur. But yeah, no, he's a robot. And it's so weird because he'd only respond to Terrell until we got him reprogrammed. Yeah, more on that later. The hexadecimal code translated into Percy's first long name, which was Penrazixthae, and the Caesar cipher translated to Most We Can Do, Mr. Draica, which I really hope is a misspelling of Dramica. And this is where I realized that there are, in fact, more than just the Watcher. Because it said we, therefore there are multiple people. So I eventually realized that yes, there are more. By the 15th, me and Tyson looked over the piece of paper that was in the locket, and we saw a sigil on it, which I had blocked with my thumb while reading, so I didn't even know that it was there. But it's the sigil of Raymond, which is this demonic god figure who just resides within Nicola. We saw the sigil of Raymond, and while we were talking about it, Amy walked in and said that she knew 4 people who were affected by him, by Raymond. And the name were Miss Becker, Mr. Walker, Miss Lenza, and Mr. Memia. Yeah, they were all affected by this entity? I don't know. Don't look at me. But they lived in Renemiscus, and it just so happens that Renemiscus is the main place where all of Raymond's activities take place. So we eventually put it together. Me, Jacob, and David, we went down to the coffee shop that Amy told us about, and it was closed. By the 16th, we went out again and did the Crane Star Festival. It was also closed. And so we just waited out that day. And then by the 17th, we went down again, still closed. And we asked around, it's closed permanently. And so yeah, that really shot us down. And so we just didn't know what else to do. We just went back to going around in the cities and asking, and we did actually find... Hang on, I'm looking through it again. Yes. Okay, by the 23rd, we eventually did find a possible match for Percy's first long name as Justin Genistyron, which we found out was a murderer back in 1964, which was supposedly a year before Percy was even born. But that might be the main reason why he changed his name. We also found Oscar's first long name, which was Ozaskama. So that's really helpful. And then by the 24th, we actually found the entire name of Percy. My 63-year-old math teacher, Miss Palvin, taught both Amy and Percy back when he was just named Justin. She and she remembered both of his middle names, Kodoliric as Justin and Ariel Tisnick as Percy. So we immediately went back to the apartment. I was also taking part in this, so we had to communicate using notes. So yeah, I just wrote a note saying that we found his name, and then David wrote back to me saying that we'll find him tomorrow once we can begin speaking again. And then by the 25th, which was a Sunday, Terrell asked Percy, the robot Percy, to find the actual Percy. He told him to find Penrazixtai Eroltisnik Himmels. And then the robot just froze. He just quit responding to anything we said. It's like he just shut down, but he was still up. He was still active, but he just wasn't responding to anything. So we just assumed that he was looking for him somehow, but we would eventually have to wait. By the 26th, the robot was still thinking, I suppose, when I woke up, and EG just took it to Kodak to dismantle it, to see what was wrong. When they got back, they discovered that the robot was programmed to just completely disregard everything whenever it heard the full name. That whoever programmed this robot knew that we were going to look for them, so they just did all that. There was this entire list of names that would just have the robot freeze whenever you heard them. It would also shut off if Terrell's full long name was heard, which is just, I don't know, man. But yes, over this course, EG reprogrammed the robot to exclude the list, and we also had it activate with an entirely different name, which EG just decided on Senzen. We asked Senzen again to find Percy, and he just said that it would take a few days. It's currently March 13th right now, and he's still looking. Senzen is able to activate still, so again, that's a good thing. He goes around and he visits me every so often because he's a robot, he can't get sick, and just checks on me and reports back to the Kodak dimension. And I have no idea what they do down there. I'm not allowed in yet, but eventually. Still the 13th, and we haven't found him yet, but hopefully eventually, right? If we do ever find anything, I will make sure to post about it. But again, sorry I haven't been able to post. I've been incredibly sick. But yes, thank you for listening, whoever is, and I'll post whenever.